Hello, book lovers. I'm Peg, the book prize addict, and I'm coming to you today live from my real home in Pennsylvania. Yes, the cat and the people all made the trip safely, and we're all back ensconced for the next 9 months till it gets too cold next winter when we head back down to South Carolina again. Anyway, I was going to make this video in my reading room that I used to make it in before I left here, but I forgot that when I went in my reading room, I thought a tornado had struck. The books had multiplied, and I forgot that just before I left, I went to this used book sale our library had with hardbacks for like 50 cents, and I bought a huge amount of books, and I didn't have time to put them away. Well, there was no room in the bookcase, and I dumped them all over the floor, and there they are. So I'm not filming there today. I have some work to do there. But, you know, it's kind of fun. I don't even remember getting them, and it seems like all new books. Good ones, too. Anyway, so I am downstairs in what would be the public area if you came to visit, and I just thought I'd kind of point out, because we've lived in Asia several times, I have a collection of souvenirs from living there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a screen print from Thailand, and there's two bamboo workers' hats hanging on the wall. Anyway, I think they were like workers in the rice paddies used to wear hats like that. I think they're beautiful out of bamboo. Okay, so in sticking with the theme, I thought I'd wear kind of a international. Oh, the quilt I made has African fabrics in it. It's another of those crazy quilts that you just sew all together, the different fabrics. So anyway, in keeping with that theme, I'm going to talk about two international book festivals and a book prize that are taking place this weekend. I'm waiting patiently for 3 book awards in the next 3 days, but I'll be back to talk about those. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about these book festivals, and one of them has a prize involved in it. The first one is the Bocas Lit Festival. This takes place in Port of Spain, Trinidad, and it includes all the Caribbean countries and authors. And it's a 3-day event there. This is the 2nd year they've had it, and they have a lot of good sounding things in the program. They have a debate of the pros and cons of life in a small island country and the future we face. And they're going to be talking about their major concerns with climate change, world economy, migration, and small island sustainability. So that sounds kind of interesting. Okay, then on to the book prizes. Oh, first I'll show you a couple of pictures that were on the website. Here's, I guess, a poster they have up telling about things. And what I really liked, it has the menu at the Trinidad Melting Pot, where I guess is close to the festival. And they have, on Thursday, they have Creole food, Friday, East Indian, Saturday, Asian, and Sunday, fusion. I like to go just to eat. Okay, anyway, a few other pictures. Here are some of the kids on stilts, it looks like to me, with signs, and the signs, you probably can't see them, but they are the things that the festival is concerned with, when the sign says humans are not for sale, in child abuse, sick ecology, etc. So I thought that's interesting that they have stilts. I don't see too many people in stilts, but anyway, okay, there's one more I thought was really kind of interesting. It must have been a speaker from last year on science fiction, because it didn't really explain, but he has like a calypso outfit on, and it must have been on science fiction because there seems to be a robot on the top of his head, and he has some glasses that have 3 eyes. So must have been a talk about Caribbean speculative fiction. I would have liked to have heard that. Okay, just one more thing. As I said, they are giving a book prize called the BOCOS Book Prize. Now, this is kind of done a strange way. They've whittled it down they have two categories, poetry and fiction and novels. They've whittled it down to a winner in each, which I'll be telling you about. And then at, I think, Saturday during the festival, they announce the winner, whether it be the poetry or the novel form. So again, that way of comparing oranges and apples. I wouldn't want to be a judge on that. But anyway, I thought I'd go through just there's 3 poetry books, and I know a lot of people in BookTube are trying to and starting to like poetry, so I thought I'd just mention the poetry books. The first one is called Leviticus, and this author, Brathwaite, has over 20 books that he's written in many prizes, and this actually, it's poetry, but it sounds almost like a novel. Oh, the light's acting up. Okay, deals with a diamond smuggling and a murder, and it sounds like a novel, but it's written as poetry. The next one is called Infidelities, and this is a story of the female pirate Annie Bonny, who is, I guess, was an actual person, deals with the mythology of her story. And the last one in poetry, and the one that has already been named the winner of the poetry section, is called Mad Woman, and it's by Shara McCallum, who's from Jamaica, and it talks about the developmental stages that a female goes through as a girl, a woman, and then a mother. This was the winner from the poetry section. So okay, I'll take a look now at the fiction section. We have If I Had Wings. I'm not quite sure what that ink blot is. Kind of looks like a tooth pulled out. I don't know what it is. If I Had Wings. This is by Helen Klinaris, and it's the story of growing up gay in a small Greek Bahamian community there. Okay, Curfew Chronicles is the one that has been chosen as a winner in the novel category, and it deals with Trinidad in a time in 2011 when a state of emergency was declared and supposedly an overnight curfew in an effort to deal with some of the drug smuggling and murders, etc. And it ended up lasting 4 months. And this is about the undertones of those days, and I guess maybe it's written in kind of a non-traditional manner. One review even compared it to the Ulysses of the Caribbean, so that's interesting. It actually was the winner, and it will go against Mad Woman for the grand prize. Okay, is there? Yeah, there's one more. Tell No One About This, and this is by Jacob Ross, and he's has written many books, and these are short stories, collected short stories of his over the last 40 years. Okay, so the two of those will go up together. Okay, so that's that festival. The other festival I wanted to talk to you about is called Writing in Migration, and this is taking place this weekend in Berlin, Germany, where Steve Partridge lives. I actually wrote him an email telling him about it. Maybe he'd be fun if he could go and give us a vlog report on it. Anyway, this is the first Berlin's first book festival, Intercontinental it's called, and it is for and by Africans living in Germany. I'm sure some of them have migrated there recently, etc. And let's see, it's deals with some of the problems that they find. It's also 3 days and has quite a few interesting topics to talk about. It looks at transnationalism and migration in a literary sense. It has a program on one of the topics is writing in migration, how to write about the unspeakable and the colonial legacy. So all those sound quite intriguing. Let's see. Here's some of the authors. It wasn't real clear. I'll put the website down below, but here's some of the books and authors that I'm not sure if they're going to be there or the books will be there. Come on, come on. This is working worse than ever. Okay. You will have heard of some of these. This is What It Means When a Man Falls from the Sky. I've heard of that. Somebody's talked about that on BookTube, but these are all by African authors. Under the Udala Trees, that was quite popular last year on BookTube. Here we have Like a Mule, Bringing Ice Cream to the Sun. That was on one of the translation book prizes. I remember I actually even read it, though I can't remember too much about it. Okay, and we have Kintu, which just this spring was big, and I can't remember if it got on the Women's Prize long list or if several people wanted it to, but it's a very well done and gotten a lot of accolades. Pretty intense, I guess, and long book. Okay, that's all of those I have. So anyway, I'm waiting. Tomorrow or Saturday is going to be announced the short list for the Desmond Elliott Prize, which I'm really interested in trying to follow that. And then Monday, the Wellcome Prize about science, books that have to do with science and medicine, will be announced, the winner. And there's another one, which I can't remember now, but I'll be back to talk about it. You can bet on that. Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.